Guys, it's raining again. Just like last week, we are getting the rains again. Welcome everybody. It's a Thursday. And you know how we do it on a Thursday. Welcome to Let's Chat. Welcome to Let's Chat, where we keep it real. On a Thursday, we discuss and we talk about real life topics, real life struggles, real life situations. Yes, that's how we do on a Thursday. That's what we do. That's how we keep it on a Thursday. So come on in, everybody. Come on in. I guess Clarendon is getting an abundance of rain for this season. And you know, good morning, Cassie. Greetings, Kerry Ann. You know, as you come on in, just go ahead and share. Remember, guys, to click on the like button. Yeah, this little button, this little icon, thumbs up. I'm in nose. Greetings, Omar. God bless you. Remember, guys, like the live. I hope you're able to hear me. It's like deja vu all over again. Sansia, God bless you. Guys, it's raining again. The rain is pouring on the outside again. Remember last week, it rained so heavily, I could hardly hear myself. So, Shania, come on in, guys, share up the live and we're going to discuss and we're going to talk. And I know me alone I go talk today. We are all going to talk and we're going to discuss. Alright, so Omar say, the background effect sounds good. So the rain that is pouring on the outside, he's saying that it sounds good. It gives us soothing vibes, alright? So let's share up some quick shares. Alright, so I'm gonna give persons another minute or two to jump on in and make we talk. Let's chat. Nicola, good morning. What's the weather like? I don't know what majority of the island is getting the rain, but as far as it goes in Clarendon, we are getting an abundance of it from last week. So let me know what's the weather like. Hey Kirk, God bless you. Thank you that you could tune in. So Cassie said it's raining on and off in St. Andrew. Guys, remember to press the like button. So if you, for the newbies, and I must say, guys, thank you for the support. Thank you so much for the support. Kerry Ann is saying it's raining in St. Anne. So St. Anne is getting the rain as well. Thank you for the support. And for the newbies, for the new subscribers, welcome to the family. Thank you. Continue to watch. Continue to like. Continue to share. Continue to comment. Yes, man. And let us spread the gospel as wide as it can get. Alright? So, come on in, everybody. Continue to share. Just continue to share. I guess because of the weather, some persons are having a little challenge, a little bit of challenge to get on. Greetings, Camille. Good morning. So share, 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 everybody, share. You know we do it. We are not selfish over on this side. On this channel, we are not selfish. So we share as we come in, we just go ahead and we share and we just like up the live. All right, Maestro, a blessed morning to you. Maestro Don. A blessed morning to you. Guys, remember to turn on your notification bell. Shirley, bless Thursday to you. Remember, you have to turn on your notification bell. If you don't turn on the notification bell, you are not going to be notified whenever time I go live or whenever time I upload something on the channel. So you have to turn on the little bell. So when you subscribe to the channel, you're going to see a little arrow right at the side of the subscribe, the word subscribe. So that little arrow, you click on the little arrow. When you click on it, you're going to see all. Don't worry about the other words that you're seeing. Just look for all. When you see the word all, you just click all. Alright? So when you click all, it means that your notification bell is turned on. So as soon as I come over on YouTube, you will get notified. Motivation for your souls. Yes. What a topic. Somebody suggested, remember last week when we did a simmer down. Remember that somebody asked the question and I say, all right, let that be the topic for next week. Gawain, greetings. So let that be the topic for next week. And listen now. Me alone now go do the talking this morning. You're going to put your comment in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. So my mouth is going to do the talking and your fingers are going to do the talking for you. And we are going to reason this out as best as possible. We are going to talk about this topic as best as possible. Alright, so Maestro said the topic enough for him. Alright? But don't leave the live. You still stay on the live. Because you never know. Something might just come out. Something might just come out where you never hear or new to you. Alright, so you know how we do it on a Thursday. We just keep it real. And we discuss topics that are not talked about every day, or topics that maybe the leaders, the pastors and so on will be scared to talk about. No man, motivational souls, stay right there. And not only the ladies, the men too, stay right there. Alright, so we just keep it real because the truth of the matter is, alright, we are Christians. Maybe not all of us are Christians yet, but some persons are working their way to it. So we are Christians, but we are still in the flesh. And Christians are humans. Christians do struggle with everyday issues. Christians still have challenges. Greetings, Felicia. Christians still have challenges. Christians are still in this world. We are still in our mortal bodies. And things affect us. Situations affect us also. So that is the reason for the Thursday live. For us to just meet and chat and discuss. Last week we spoke about forgiveness. And we spoke about forgiveness in relationships. We discussed about, we talk about forgiving oneself. We talk about forgiving others when they have wronged us. And some points came out last week and persons learned something. So me learn from you, you learn from me. And we all admit last week that Even though we are Christians, sometimes it's difficult to forgive. And because we are Christians, persons will wrong us and say, them are Christian, they have to forgive, but that's not the way it works. We are humans. And last week, some very important points came out in the discussion. And everybody learned something. And it was good. So this week, we are on another topic. And we are going to talk about this. For those that are watching, silent watchers, welcome. Yes. Alright, motivation for souls, okay? For the silent watchers, welcome. Motivation for souls, if you have my number, inbox me that topic. Inbox me that topic. Alright? So the silent watchers, welcome to the silent watchers. And if you bounce up on this channel, you didn't get here by chance. Maybe you were scrolling through. The Lord would want you to be here. He wanted you to be here so you can go ahead and just subscribe. Yeah? Subscribe to the channel. So, this week we are discussing another topic. And I'm sure all of you guys see the topic. But in case some persons don't see the topic yet, let me tell you, the topic for this week: should Christians use sex toys? The person asked last week, should Christians buy sex toys? So I removed the word buy and I say use. Because maybe some persons, when you have the word buy there, some persons will get it wrong and twisted. Some persons will get it wrong and twisted. Yes, maestro. Yeah, we know that, but we are going to just talk about it. Some persons don't agree. Some persons will say, nah. Some persons will say, yes. Well, we are going to chat it out. We are going to talk it out. The reason why I removed the word buy and use, put the word use, some persons maybe we say, alright, Christian nothing buy it, but them can't use it. No. Anyway, yes, Cassie, I don't agree either. That's a big capital N-O for me. No. Christian shouldn't buy it. Christian nothing use it. Christian nothing consider it. It's anywhere you take it, it's a no. The message is a no. The answer is a no. The response is a no. And remember, guys, you have to keep the comments respectful. Remember to keep the comments, whatever you are putting in the chat, remember to keep it respectful. Because we know YouTube have a lot of rules. And we don't want to get on YouTube bad side or them wrong side. So let's keep the comments respectful. I see somebody put in the chat, say only if you're married. No. Somebody put in the chat, say only if you're married. If you spice it up. Spice up the relationship. Whether you are married or you're not married, I say no. Whether you're not married or you're married, the answer for me is no. Christians should use it. Christians should buy it. Christians should consider it, whether they're married. Being married is no exception. I totally do not agree that Christians should use sex toys, whether they are married or not. Alright, so let us reason this out. What is a sex toy? Maybe somebody that is there when I keep up to date with things will ask, then what is a sex toy? I did my research. When I Google sex toy, the definition of sex toy, a sex toy is an object or a device used for sexual stimulation or to enhance sexual pleasure. So that is a sex toy. Alright. Well, anyone who reads the Bible, and all of us should be reading the Bible does not specifically talk about using sexual toys, but the Bible does say that we are supposed to refrain from lasciviousness. And before I even continue, some persons will get, when they see the topic, some persons will get ignorant to the fact and say Christians should even be talking about it. But I would say, why not? Why shouldn't Christians be talking about it? I believe these things should be discussed because there are a lot of issues that persons are faced with. A lot of questions come to people's mind. People think a lot of things. Sometimes some persons need somebody else to educate them or to highlight them on some things. So a lot of things will get pushed on the back burner. A lot of topics will get pushed on the back burner. We are not holier than thou over here. And as I say, we are humans and we are still in this world. So we're still going through. We're not gone on to the next life as yet. Bless you, Quila. And some persons may become ignorant to the fact and they will say, so why even discussing this? And I will say, why not? Why not? And that is one of the reasons why a lot of persons lose their way. And that is one of the reasons why a lot of persons are struggling. Because some things are not talked about. Or there is a myth or a misconception that as long as you're a Christian, you're not supposed to discuss some things. You're not supposed to talk about some things. And it depends. It depends. I would say it depends. Because if somebody have a question or an issue, if somebody have a burning topic, and that person don't understand, then I believe questions were made to ask. And as long as the question is asked, then the person should get a suitable, befitting, Bible-based, respectful answer. And I believe that is where the church have fallen short. The leaders have fallen short. Because some of the leaders are afraid to address some topics. They are afraid to address some concerns. Because there are a lot, maybe my age group and an older age group won't have some questions. It's afternoon in Jamaica, Anne-Marie. Afternoon. Yes. Won't have some questions. Lightning is flashing outside. But what about the younger set? Persons that have just received Christ. Guys, it's pouring on the outside. What about persons that have just received Christ? And they want to be enlightened on some things. Them new to the thing. Them not understand. And they have some burning question and some burning issue. Now if the young people, some people will just come in a Christ. Some younger set of people will just accept Christ. Them don't know nothing about the Christian walk. And they have some burning issue. And some burning concern and some burning question. And it is being shoved on the back burner in the name of, because we are Christians, we're not supposed to talk about some things. what will happen to that individual? Somewhere along the line, that individual will become lost, will become confused. It's best to address the situation, answer the question, and let us reason out and talk about situations and struggles. We are real people, and we are in a real world. Alright, we're going to get to that, Sansia. We're going to get to that. And that is one of these chapters I know a lot of persons would come with. People, we are real people. And we are in a real world. And we have real life struggles. So it makes no sense to shove some things aside. It's best we just discuss it and talk about it. And chat it out. Well, let's get back to what I was saying. The Bible did not specifically, I have never seen it in the Bible, where the Bible specifically says that Christians should not use sex toys. But the Bible speaks of how we are supposed to refrain from lasciviousness. So the Bible did say, refrain. No, I am not saying that. Alright, me soon jump into that. The Bible speaks of us refraining from lasciviousness. Alright. Lasciviousness, which is loose sex. So we are looking at what the Bible speaks of, which is lasciviousness, loose sex. So anytime we are doing some type of activity involving sex, that's not in the way that God created sex for, it can bring on a spirit of perversion, and it also can bring on a spirit of lust. You see, when you have these sexual toys, whether you use them in the bedroom or you use them with your spouse, it can actually cause the devil to come in. It can actually cause the devil to come into your life, into your marriage. The Bible says not to give the devil place. I'm going to put this chapter in the description. So for the persons that are asking. So Sansia posed a statement. I don't remember if it was a statement. But let me look back if it was a statement. So Sansia said, I heard a pastor use the Bible scripture about the bed being undefiled to promote spicy up one's marriage in the bedroom. I know of that scripture which says the bed is honorable, marriage is honorable, and the bed undefiled. So in other words, because you are married, what is he saying? Because you are married, you can do anything in the bedroom? I don't agree. I believe there should be boundaries. Even if you're married, there should be boundaries. And a lot of persons take the word undefiled and use it out of context. A lot of persons, yes, what you do in your bedroom is your business. What you do in your bedroom is your business. I agree. But I still believe there should be boundaries, even if you are married. Because let me tell you something, marriage is you see, marriage, a Christian marriage is not just involve the husband and the wife. It's not just the husband and the wife that is in a Christian marriage. A Christian marriage consists of the husband, the wife, and God. The husband, the wife, and God. So, as I said, Andrine, there should be boundaries. There should be boundaries. When you're married, some persons will say, as long as you're married, you can do anything because you are married. No, I don't agree. I do not agree. And I'm not going to force it or shove it down anyone's throat. But I don't agree. What makes the bed undefiled? What makes the bed undefiled? What defiles the bed? Does it mean that because you're married, you can carry anything in your bedroom? Are you saying because you're married, you can't do anything and you're not going to defile the bed? No. There should be boundaries. You should have a boundary where you say, I am not going to cross here. I draw the line here. I am not going to step over. Let me tell you something. You see, when you bring in sexual toys in your bedroom or into your marriage, it causes a spirit of lust. It causes a spirit of lust. Remember what we said sex toys are. Remember what we said sex toys are. Sex toys is an object or device used for sexual stimulation. Sexual stimulation, that is the key words right there. So, alright. So as long as you are going to bring in something else in the bedroom, lust is going to come into play. Because whatever that object or that device, when it is being used to stimulate or to arouse you, if you are not getting that from your husband or your wife, your mind are going to start stray. Your mind are going to start think. The mind are going to start run wild. And that is the realness of it. That is the realness of it. So as long as you start to bring in some other something. Somebody asked that question and I was going to get to it. As long as you start to bring in some other something, lust is going to come in place. And as long as lust come in place, as long as the door of lust is open, then the other doors are now open. So when you bring in some other things in your marriage, in your bedroom, lust, the door of lust open, and one door open another door. So from the door of lust open up, other doors are going to be open as well. The door of lust can open up a lot of sexual sin. The door of lust, when you open up that door, a lot of other sexual sins that causes immorality is going to come into the marriage. They are going to come in place. And everything are going to just start run rapid. As I said, Sansia, boundaries. So Georgiana is saying, what if that toy isn't present? No, I don't see how you can bring in a toy in the bedroom and the toy not present. The toy would have to be there for it to be bringing. So I don't know if I get the question, if I am understanding your question, Georgiana, but post back your question. Somebody asks, good question, what if your husband is incompetent? So somebody asks, what if the husband is incompetent? Incompetent meaning he can't perform. Yes, Sasha, sooner or later, they might go want other people to join him. So somebody asks, let me go back to Georgiana's question. Alright, let me see what Georgiana said. I believe that it is wrong because any stimulation that happens should be of the woman and the man. If a toy, alright, agree. Georgiana, definitely agree. So let me answer the question where somebody asks. So somebody asks, what if the husband incompetent? Evangelist. So we know how it goes with diabetes. When a man has diabetes, because of this the being diabetic, then he will not be able to perform his duty as a husband. So the person is asking, what if he is diabetic? I am saying, and I am a firm believer, in the end does not justify the means. And I believe firmly in that. If we look, now, make we look on this thing. If we look well enough, all right? If we look well enough, we can all find a reason to do things we maybe shouldn't do. Shouldn't be doing, all right? And I don't think a sex toy will keep anyone. I don't think that a sex toy will keep anyone faithful. So if you are saying, what if my husband is incompetent? I mean, I have to go get a sex toy. That will keep me faithful. But it still does not change the fact. Even though your husband is incompetent, as I say, I believe firmly in the end, not justify the means. So getting a sex toy, it's still no excuse say your husband can't perform. Alright? That's still not an excuse. Let me get another question. I would say, instead of getting a sex toy, pray and believe God for healing. Because remember, we serve a God. There is nothing that He cannot do. So even though the husband might be incompetent, your husband might be incompetent, the person that asks the question say, what if the man is incompetent? The end still not justify the means. Let me get another question. So somebody asks, say, if you cannot use it to spice up the bedroom, you can't use it to spice up the bedroom. No. Still, no excuse to get a sex toy. As soon as you get, let me tell you something. You see a little leave net the whole lump. If you have to go get a sex toy, if you spice up the bedroom, soon after that, you're going to want to get something else. You're going to want another person to come inside your bedroom to also spice up your bedroom. Remember, you know, you see, when you open one door, you open a lot of doors. It's like the saying that says, you open a whole can of worms. You open a whole can of worms. So from you go say, all right, cross this boundary. And me I go get a sex toy. Fish spice up my bedroom. It go and reach to the fact where you're going to say, all right, the sex toy, me need something more than the sex toy. And then you open one door, another door open, and another door open, and another door open. And soon after that, destruction, problem. A lot of demons. Not only that, but you're going to invite a lot of demons, a lot of other forces in your marriage, in your life. And not only that, but I have read, studies have showed where when females use these sex toys or allow their husbands to use these sex toys on them, it can have long-term medical effect on your reproductive organ, on your body. So there are so many sides to it. There are so many ways to this thing. It's not only one side say, all right, unfaithful, but look at Look at the effect that is going to have on your health after. Yes, Janice, agree. Attract a lot of spirits. It attract a lot of spirits. And there are some persons, you see when them use them something here? You see when them use them thing here? And them go to them bed, them get a lot of demons. They are approached by sex demons in their sleeps. They come in contact in the realm of the spirit with the actual demon. So they will go to them bed and they will dream see they're having intercourse. And it will come in the form of their husband or their wives. And they don't even realize that it's not the husband, it's not your wife. It only take on a familiar spirit. It take on a familiar form. Or I should say a familiar form. So it's not the actual person. It's a very, very serious issue, Andrine. Alright, so let me get somebody else is asking a question. Let me see if we can find our question. Let me get to alright, so Ka is saying, so you are saying if my husband can't perform sexual, what am I to do when the feelings come on and are saying pray and believe in healing? What if healing don't take place until 10 or 20 years? What to do? Very good question. Very good question, Ka. So she's asking that if her husband can't perform, what are we saying? She not forget a sex toy. She feel wait around for 10, 20 years if healing not come. Ka, let me tell you something. Everyone of we have feelings. We all have feelings. But we cannot allow our feelings to control us. We cannot allow our sexual desires to control us. We should take control of our sexual desires. Alright, so because you have a sexual urge or a sexual feeling, does it mean that, alright, I have a sexual urge or a sexual feeling, I'm just gonna go out there and get this done? I am just gonna do this anytime I want? No. So, in other words, she's saying, I said she should pray for healing, and if the healing no come, she's asking, then evangelist, what are you saying? Should I wait around 10, 20 years? And what should I do with my feelings? Control your feelings. You have to learn. We have to learn self-control. We have to learn self-control. And that is the sad truth about it. So she said, we are humans. Long can we hold out from taking control of wanting my husband too. This is so sad. But that is the part about it. That is the thing about it. That is the thing about it. Remember, you know, when you become a Christian, when you take on Christ, you venture into a whole new life. You venture into a whole new life. You have accepted a whole new life. So you have to take control. Control your mind. Because the mind is a very powerful thing. The mind is a very powerful thing. You have to take control of your mind. How do you take control? Reading the scriptures and you pray. Because all of us, we think imaginations run wild, and that is the truth. Imaginations do run wild. But are we going to allow, because of our imaginations are running wild, we are just going to be all over the place and we are going to make our imagination and our emotion get the best of us all the time? No. You are in control. are in control. So that is the thing we have to learn as Christians, as individuals. And when these emotions, when these feelings come over you and they are so overwhelming, and you feel like, oh, this is just more than me. This is more than me. And some persons will feel like they if you cry and scream, go back. Take comfort in the word of God. Pray. And some persons might say, a foolishness evangelist attack, a foolishness Celia attack. What she mean pray? When the sexual urges are there. When she attack about pray. But yes, pray. Talk to God about it. Change the mindset. Think different. I'm not saying that you can control all the time. I am not saying, yes, having sexual desires, it is natural. It is natural, my dear. It is natural. But remember, you know, even though it is natural, you're not going to make your feelings get the best of you. Or your feelings run you all the time. No, the scripture did say, Paul did say, it's best to marry than to burn. Yes, the scripture did say that. But a lot of persons, when they get married, remember, you married, you take covenant, you make a covenant, you make a commitment, the vows that you took, which says for better or for worse, in sickness and in health. And those vows, they are not something that we take light. He did say to marry than to, it's better to marry than to burn. But if you get married and your husband, if you get married and your husband reach to a point where he cannot perform his duty as a husband, does it mean say you got walk out of the relationship just because he cannot perform? Remember, no, you are not anybody. When you become a Christian, you are not anybody. You are not just anybody. The word of God says we are set apart, so you should be set apart. So if somebody that is outside of Christ, when a woman who is outside of Christ because fear husband can't perform in sexual duty as a husband, and she walk out of the marriage. And if you are set apart as a Christian, if the shoe is on your feet, fit on your feet, you're going to do the same thing? No, you shouldn't do the same thing. In fact, you are not supposed to do the same thing. Because you are set apart. And you're supposed to show the next person, say, look at the wrong thing this you do. This is not the way to go about it. This is not the way to go about it. Yes, I definitely don't believe in it either. No, don't get me wrong, you know. Car, I didn't say you were going to step out. Remember, so we just a chat. I didn't say you were going to step out. I am just making a statement. I am just making a statement to explain what I am saying. So I am not saying that you're going to step out. Because as a Christian, you couldn't just step out of your marriage. All because husband can't perform. I know, man, and I know I'm just saying. All right? So I'm just making a statement. So as I say, that's a no. No. So let me see if anybody else have any more question. Big no. Shouldn't be in the bedroom. Shouldn't think about. In fact, you not think of or consider for use no money buy it. You hard working money. No use no money. Spend no money for foolishness. Something where I go do harm unu. It will be of no good. It will be of no good. It a go harm unu. And somebody was asking, say, what do you mean by demons, attracting demons to your body? It's just a toy. Look here. It's just a device. It's just a device. Yes, these objects. Yes, it's just a device. But remember, we have two realms. We have a natural visible realm, temporal, natural visible realm, and we have a spiritual realm also. All right. Have you ever stopped? Have anybody ever stopped and think where these inventions come from? These devices, these toys that they make, where it come from? Where was it originated from? Where was it originated from, Sasha? Yes. And you are using these things to do something to your body that God never intend or create you. God didn't create you for whatever this thing is doing to your body. God didn't create you for no device stimulate you. That's why God made man and he made woman. So God made the man for that purpose. God made the man for that purpose. And even if, as I said before, he reach a point where the man can't fulfill him role as a husband, it doesn't mean that you have to go outside and go get them something here, because these things are foolishness. Yes, Sansia, me hear that too. I hear that too. Me hear that too. But as I said before, boundaries. I don't believe in that either. I don't believe in that. And some persons, probably some persons they and them I say, yes man, them a Christian, a missionary position, no more them no. But that one there, where Sister Sansia put in the chat, me not believe in that one there. Look here. Boundaries, not only that, health reasons. All right. We all know how the body works. We know how the body works. And some persons are going to say now, say, but woman of God, the female reproductive organ clean itself. All it clean will clean itself. I know how the body works, and we are all big people. So, I don't want nobody to tell me, say, the female organ clean itself, so from it clean itself, X, Y, and Z. No. I know. And a lot of marriages, I soon get to that, Andrine. A lot of marriages are failing. And I don't even want to say the marriages are failing. I believe because of a lack of wisdom in the marriages. That is what is causing the marriage to fail. And not because bedroom boring. It's because of a lack of wisdom. It's because of a lack of knowledge. And that cause it. And some persons, everything they hear people say them a do, in a feed them bedroom, them believe say them fi do it too. That's how some persons are. So, now, would I have my marriage? And make me pose this question out there to you too. You have your marriage. How could I allow my marriage to fail because of my husband not doing what Sister Sansia put in the comment? Or how could you allow your marriage to fail because your wife not doing? And all of you can read the comment. Remember, I said that YouTube have them little rules. So I have to be careful what me say on the live. Because I don't want them to, How could I allow my marriage to fail if my spouse not doing certain things? Or how could you allow your marriage to fail, to end up in a divorce because your spouse not do certain things? Then what was your marriage built on? That means you never take your marriage serious. It means that your marriage wasn't on a solid foundation. It means, so you want to tell me, say, if you not do X and Y, that means, say, your bedroom boring? No. No. Some things are just there just to, the enemy creates some things just to create division. The enemy creates some things because these things weren't created by God, you know. Them something here when man come in with. Them something here, they weren't originated. They weren't originated to help us. They were originated to destroy us. All right, good question. It's moving so fast. All right, so let me go back to Sansia question. Yes, man, these things, them little new something here, now where everybody here, everybody are talk about, and everybody are come with, they were originated to destroy us. They weren't originated to help us or to help make we have better marriage. They were originated to destroy us. Now let me get to Sansia's question. So she's asking, so what would be the real thing for couples who are Christians and are faced with these situations do? Yes, they are told to pray, but what do they do as a couple to enjoy each other's body? She also lament and she said, I understand the sex toys, but how does foreplay come in? All right. So the whole of we are big people. The whole of we are big people. And we married. Some of us have been married for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 10, 5, however amount of years you have been married for. And we all know how to foreplay. So, not because I might not agree to doing, let me see how best to put it now. To doing the nowadays in thing, where as according to enough people, it a runny place. Does that mean that as a couple, we cannot foreplay? We have to do the nowadays in thing, where I run the place? To foreplay, there are so many ways that couples foreplay. There are so many ways that a couple, Christian couple, can foreplay. And remember, the key thing there, I want you to remember, your marriage when you're a Christian, it is not only built of you and your husband. When you're a Christian, your marriage is built you, your husband, and God. So it's not just about you and your husband. It's not just about you and your husband. So Kerry is saying the desire to use them is based on what we entertain our mind with. As Christians, our mind should be focused on things that are pure and godly. Sex toys are not godly. Exactly. All right, so I want to help out Sansia a little more. Because me don't know, but me feel like she know, me not help her out enough. Let me go back to fear question. Because remember, you know, that it's a reason why we gather here, you know, we say, let's chat, you know, if we help one another, you know. So you help me, I help you. Each one strengthen the other. So you are strengthening me, I am strengthening you. You are learn from me I learn from you. So she say, what? Yes, we are told to pray, but what do they do as a couple to enjoy each other's body? No. Santiago make me laugh now. Then there are so many things to do as a couple to enjoy each other's body. Let me tell you something. You see, as long as you are attractive to your husband and you remain try to remain attractive to your husband, let me tell you something, man. There are so many things that he can do and you can do. And it's a vice versa thing now. It's a vice versa thing now. There are so many things that you can do as a couple to enjoy each other's body without having carrying toys or without having carrying other things. Because as I said, boundaries. Let me tell you something. Sansia, I may point this definitely to you. You see, if you run one business and there is no rule, you don't have no rule where you say, all right, I open my business at 8 and I close at 9. You just come any hours, come open, close any hours. All right. Anybody can walk in and anybody can walk out. The workers, them come anytime. The business, they are going to crumble. If you're running your business, you have to have some boundary where you say, all right, as an employee, the employee is not allowed to go in the manager's bathroom. As an employee, the employee is not supposed to go in the manager's office without knocking. Yes. But you see, when you just don't have no boundary, anybody do anything, it's going to be chaos. That's the same thing with our marriage. You see, if you just do anything in your marriage, let me tell you something, man. Your marriage are going to mash up. And there is no easy way to it. Your marriage are going to mash up. The enemy are going to come in. If you don't have no boundary, you have to have boundaries. You have to have boundaries in that marriage. And you have to, there are so many ways, as I said, to enjoy as a couple one another. So many ways. And me can't even tell you the ways them on the live. Me can't even tell you. Me can't even explain. So some things in depth to you, me and you have to go have a one-on-one. On some of them question here. Yes, man. So Camille is saying there are other ways. Camille said there are other ways. So Nicola is saying, after I got baptized, I throw all my sex toys away. My husband was not interested in them. Good, Nicola. One of the best decisions you ever made. All right, so Kerry is saying, on the flip side, so we only did a look on one side. So Kerry, I flip it now. Kerry said, on the flip side, what if the female, listen to this now, because we did the only look on few point. All right, we were focusing mostly on the female, the male not can perform. So we were mostly focusing on the male can perform. Kerry, flip it now. So Kerry say, on the flip side, what if the female is unable to perform her duty as a wife? What advice do you have for the husband? Make we reason this out now. And as me say, I know me wanna talk. That's why I name let's chat. Me I use my mouth. Uno I use no finger. So now, the female can perform her duty as a wife. The male, they know. The male is left hanging. Where we are going to tell the man, say, what are we going to tell the man? Where we are going to tell the man, say, if you look elsewhere, because there is no toy for the men. Or at least if no toy did the female them, me no know of it. I've never heard of it. Maybe some of you guys have heard of it, but I don't know. There is no toy for the men. I don't know. Definitely I don't know. So, toy did the feel ladies them. So what if a lady can carry out her duty as a wife, where we are going to tell the men them say, go look out a road? Come on now, let's be real. We are talk it out. We are keep it real. What are we going to tell the men? To look outside? Yeah, because feelings come down upon them now. Where we are going to tell the man them say, but want to put in the chat. Where we are going to tell the man them say? Yeah, man. Where we are going to tell the man them say, I am sure my advice to the man would be no different. Control yourself. Control your feelings. You have to take control of your feelings. Nicola, you see that one there where you mentioned? Big red X. None of them something there. Yeah, but Andrine, it's not a point of turning on, you know. It's not a point of getting her a rose, you know. It's not a point. I am sure that's not what Kerry means. She's look on it on a broad and a wider scale. Look on it on a wider scale. It's not a point, Andrine, where the wife can perform her duty as a wife is that she's not being turned on or she's not being a rose. That is not it. Let's look on it as the wife is sick. So make we look on it that way. So the wife sick. So she can't carry out her duties as a wife in the bedroom. In the bedroom. So what would we tell the man? I definitely would tell the man, you have to take control. What goes for one goes for the other. What goes for the wife, vice versa, goes for the husband. So I would tell the husband, you have to take control of your feelings. You can't make your feelings rule you. You can't make your feelings run things. Because I am sure if all we did and make we feelings run we and run things, there would be no marriages. The world would be in chaos. I don't even know what would happen. So I would give the same advice to the man that I would give to the woman. Take control of your emotions. Take control of your feelings. Just the same way I would tell the wife. Take control of your urges and your desires. You can't make your sexual desires take control of you. All right? So Nicola is saying one is there for the man. She's saying one is there for the men, but she not condone it either. It no matter if one did it or one no did it. It's a no. It's a no. All right, so Andrine, good question. You are saying no, what if the man is a sinner? All right, there's a trouble I go start. Because remember now, you know, you see if a man a sinner, if him a sinner, remember now, you know, we can't go shove Bible in his face and say, go read your Bible, go pray, go fast. Him man a sinner, he's not a Christian, him not saved. So you can't go mention Bible to him, I mention fasting to him, I mention prayer to him. Right there, so the female are going to have, the wife are going to have a big challenge. Because of that the devil want to come in that marriage there. That the devil want to come in. That's why I say Christian marriage. That's why I said Christian marriage in the topic. Because I know so when the people them are not Christian. I know when the persons are not Christian and they are married. I know that marriage is very hard. It is hard to have a good marriage when you are not a Christian. If you are a Christian and sometimes it's hard, then can you imagine the sinners? And that is just the plain truth. That's the real thing. That's the real thing. That's why I state it and say, should Christians, because when you're married and you're a sinner, Damn it hard for that, for you have a good marriage. And that's just the real fact. That's just the real truth about it. It's very hard to have a good marriage. Yes, Sansia, and that is why, very good point. A lot of persons are confused based on how the scriptures are used. Yes, Sansia, and I am glad you asked those questions. Because a lot of persons, as you said, they have them questions there. A lot of persons have the questions and they are confused. They are confused, and that is why that is the mode, that is the need, that is the intention for this platform on a Thursday. That is the intention for this platform, so we can be real. Nothing. Look here, man. Look here. You see when them are go say what happens in the bedroom as husband and wife is okay? Nothing go so. Foolishness. Foolishness. Nothing go so. But what happens in the... That means that anything can happen in the bedroom then. There is no moral in the bedroom. Then there is no boundary in the bedroom. It all boils down to boundary. It all boils down to boundary. So maybe there is no boundary in that person's bedroom. But if there is no boundary in that bedroom, then only God knows the things that take place in that bedroom there. I wouldn't want to know. I wouldn't want to know. All right, let me see if we get another question. Yes, Nicola, very good point. That's why you shouldn't be unequally yoked. Very good. That's why you shouldn't be unequally yoked. So she's backing up what I have said before. She's reinforcing what I said before. Say, when you're a sinner and you're married, it's hard for that marriage to survive. When one party married and when one party is a Christian and the next party is not, it's hard. Very hard. So that's why she mentions it. That's why you shouldn't be unequally yoked. But remember, Nicola, the Bible also says that the unbelieving husband is sanctified by the believing wife. So, a two side to it right there, so. Two side to it right there, so. Not that I am saying persons where one party married and one party is a Christian. Persons that are married. If one party is a Christian, say the wife is a Christian and the husband is a sinner. I am not saying that they cannot have a good marriage, but I am saying it's hard. More work have to put in comparison to two persons that are saved. And when me say saved and Christian, me I talk about people who are serious. I am talking about persons that are serious with their salvation and with their walk with Christ. Because you have some marriages where both the husband and the wife are Christian. And persons where one party are Christian and the next party is not a Christian. And both of them married. And them have a better marriage than than those that both are a Christian. So that's why I say I'm talking persons that are really serious with their salvation and their walk with Christ. Me not talk about people who are in a joke where I pretend to be. So Tamara is saying, yes, there are toys for men. Let me read what she has said on this. Yes. So Tamara is saying, yes, there are toys for men. Because she work at a place. And she pack it every day. So she's answering the question. So she says she work at a place. Me now go talk the name of the place. She put it in the chat. But she says she work at a place and she pack it every day. So Tamara, you pack them toys there every day. So that means you're sure of what you're saying. Me don't want to see them toys there do. I don't want to see them. All right, let me take another question. So Nicola is agreeing and say yes, there should be boundaries. A lot of persons are saying that there should be boundaries. More persons are saying yes, there are toys for men. So a lot of persons are just agreeing with the points that have been highlighted. They are agreeing with the points that have been highlighted. And so far, to what I am seeing, nobody so far no agree. Nobody so far don't agree in Christians using the toys. Hey. No, Sansia make me laugh. Because she had touched one very important point right there. So she's saying, so people, listen to this question. Sansia, no make me laugh and jump off and me see it, you know. She's saying, so should Christians, should married men use enhancement drugs? All right, Sansia. Should married men use enhancement drugs? All right, so you see the drugs now? It's a different thing from the toys. The drug is a different thing from the toy. And you know, it's a very complicated question. Because no, if me go say, it depends. If me go say no, say it depends. Medically, if it has been prescribed by a doctor, so you have an issue, you have a medical problem, and the doctor prescribe the drug and say, use this to help yourself. You know? And it is a case where you cannot perform without you using it. I would see it as a different case than somebody who can perform all right medically and he can do 10, but he just want to show say him bad and he can do 15. You sound biased? I don't want to sound biased and I don't want to be biased. But it depends. It depends. If medically you are okay and your wife, Camila, laugh after me, no? Medically, if you're okay and your wife is satisfied with what you can do, me I look for you right where if you put it now, you know. If you don't know, say me bias, you know. Medically, if you are okay and your wife is satisfied with what you can do, what she's getting in the bedroom, then I would say, no use it. You don't need no drugs. But if medically, you have a medical, you are not okay, and the doctor prescribed the drug, and it is a case where you have to use it, you cannot perform, you cannot please or satisfy, because you not only satisfy, no please, because sometimes, you know, please, but you just satisfy. You understand there is a difference. So if you are not okay medically and the doctor, and you can't please and satisfy your spouse, and the doctor prescribe the drug, and it's a case where you have to use, I would say nothing is wrong with you using. Don't me answer in a sound bias. Tell me if me sound bias. Because I don't want to be biased. Oh, I would look on it, you know. I would look on it if you have a medical condition, just like somebody. If I am diabetic, if I am asthmatic, then I would need my asthma drug, even though me a Christian. Me I gonna need me asthma medication, don't it? I'm gonna need my asthma, I'm gonna need my inhaler, me I gonna need me Ventolin, I'm gonna need my prednisone, and so on. Because I am asthmatic, so I have a medical condition. But now for the person now when I'm asthmatic and the person don't go buy inhaler and prednisone for take, yeah, for another purpose, then that is the way I'm looking at it. So if it's that case where you need it medically because you have a medical condition, or and even if I want case in a Sister Faith where I know say you don't have a medical condition but you need it, it all boils down to that. If you need it, because some persons are not diabetic, but we know that there is something called what is something name again? It slipped my mind. Come, somebody know, help me out. Where the men them, where they say when men reach 50, erectile dysfunction. Yes, erectile dysfunction. So if you have a medical condition, because some men they have erectile dysfunction and some men are diabetic and they have some other little complaint, so then we need something to enhance them so that they can perform their duties. That is different from a sex toy, don't you think so? Totally different. I would see it as a medication. Them have to take it. Them have to take it. So any other question? Come man, shoot it. Should no give me a question them man. I make we chat about them and reason them out. Cause me know some no have them down there no. But somehow me no know why I'm afraid of it type. And for the persons that are watching, me sound bias? Alright, she say me sound bias. Car, tell me how me sound bias. Put it in the chat. She said it's no different. How is it no different? How is it no different? Because we are talking. Remember, we are chatting. It's no different. All right, so Car is saying I am biased. So some persons say, good answer, it's no bias, but she's saying that I am biased, and she's saying that it's no different. All right, but look at it this way. So she's saying, she have a point. She's saying I am still talking about for stimulating. All right. If you notice, I separated the two. I am talking about for stimulating. Stimulating, you have a sex, you have a medical condition. You have a medical condition. A sex toy, you don't need a sex toy if you have a medical condition. You have a point when you say it still points back to stimulating. But stimulating how and what? You using a sex toy. You don't need a sex toy if you have a medical condition. So that is the part where when me say me not think me bias, but everybody is entitled to their own opinion. Pray about it, as you say, and wait for healing. Yes, but look here. I say pray about it and wait for healing. Remember, I did say before that if the wife cannot perform her duty as a wife, I did say the husband, the same thing goes for the husband. The husband should pray about it, controlling feelings. When a person have a medical condition, remember, I know that God gives us wisdom, and lack of knowledge make people perish. The pill is giving you the feeling, car. The pill is giving the man the feeling to perform his responsibility as a husband to his wife. What is the sex toy doing? What is the sex toy doing? That is the issue here. What is the sex toy doing? The man have a medical condition. The man have a medical condition. And when him take the pill, it is enhancing him. Enhancing him to perform his duty as a husband to his wife. What is the sex toy doing? How is the sex toy contributing to the female or the male in a positive light, or in a let me see if me can find the right word. Let me see if me can find the right word, because the pill is enhancing the man because he has a medical condition to perform, to please, to satisfy his wife. But where sex toy do? The sex toy stimulate. You don't need that. You don't need the toy. You do not need the toy. That is the thing. You don't need it. It is not necessarily necessary. All right, thumbs up to you, Car. That is very good. That is very good. Wonderful. All right, let me take another question. Yes, Georgia. Exactly, that is what I'm saying. The doctor prescribes. Because when you're sick, you have to go to the doctor. We are Christian and we believe God, but God gives us knowledge, and there's a reason why the doctors are there. So the man sick of a complaint, he go to the doctor. He's diagnosed with erectile dysfunction or diabetes. So now the doctor have to give him some pill. Yeah, because he married. So the doctor now I go give him some pill to help him, to enhance him, to perform him duty. Yes, so come, me know, say, so when people are learning, them always have questions coming, and that is good, because me love the question. Because me love to interact. So the doctor now give the man some pill. Say, all right, you have to go take this once a week, or twice a day, or 3 times a day. So I go, no, me no believe at twice a day. But maybe the doctor say, all right, you have to go take this boss 2 times a week or 3 times a week. Yeah, for enhance, for you can perform and carry out your duty as a husband. But you don't need no sex toy. The doctor not prescribe no sex toy give you. That's the difference. Doctor not go prescribe and say, all right, I'm prescribing a D word. Or I am prescribing a the other word them. Yes. But Sansia, the sex toy, and I would even say that. So Sansia is saying, so sis, with that said, persons should be encouraged to seek medical care rather than using sex toys. If you have a medical condition, because remember, the persons that are buying the sex toys and using the sex toys, it doesn't necessarily mean that they have a medical condition, They are just using these things for pleasure. It no means most of them don't have no medical condition. Some of them just follow fashion, and some of them just I use it, say them I use it for pleasure. Yes. But if you have a medical condition, you should, if there is something go on in the marriage, and you believe, say, oh, this not normal, go seek medical attention. Go and seek medical attention. Seek medical attention, because sex toys, that is not a prescription medication. Sex toy is not a medication. Sex toy is foolishness and a medication. And that's just the real truth. And I'm just being real. So Camille says she want to ask me something what happened last night when she asleep. Camille, all right, so what you want to ask me? Don't ask me on the live. Don't put it in the chat. Maybe what you want to ask me should be a one-on-one. All right? So Rosetta said, take it before activity. Rosetta, no. What Rosetta is saying, take it before activity, is because me did I say, oh, you take it 2 times a day or 3 times a day. No, me don't know how it work. I'm not sure how it work, how them enhancement, something there. So I was saying 2 times a day. Yeah, because some persons will go 2 times for the day. Yes, so Rosetta said, take it before activity. Good one. So take it before activity. Take it before activity. So Nicola is saying, the time not necessary. Plain and straight. It not necessary. Nikki, you're late. You miss everything. You have to go watch the recording. You have to go watch the recording. You miss everything. Yes, Sansia. Yes. You see, as you mentioned the word sex, I don't know. And I don't understand why persons why they don't educate themselves and come out of dark days and come in at the light. You see, as you mentioned the word sex, some persons, they don't want to hear not what you have to say. Sex topics, Sansia is saying, sex topics are taboo in churches and in Christianity in general. If I did that near you, I would have give you a high five. Girl, if I was near you, I would have just give you a high five. She said, sex topics are taboo in churches and in Christianity in general. A truth. I no lie you tell. You're so right. You see, as you mention it, they don't want you're not. Some of them we all say you sin for call the word. Some of them say you sin for call the word. Them not discuss it. All they do, they come, they talk about Peter. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and they tell you how you are supposed to live holy. Yes, we know we are supposed to live holy, but holiness not happen overnight. Holiness, it takes a process. They don't address certain things. They come and they tell you, look here, you should fast, you should pray. It's not only one side. Christians are humans. Blood run in our veins. And a lot of persons, them walk with Christ, and because of some little issues and some things where they would want to know, and some questions where they have, and because of some things that are not being taught in the churches, they end up lose their way. They end up lose them way. All because they are not being educated. Christianity, being a Christian is not, just to come and talk about Peter, Paul. Jesus was crucified. He died, he was crucified, and he rose. It's not just that. It is so much more. And I believe a lot of young people are struggling. And I believe not only young people, but I believe older persons in general. Enough of them don't know nothing. And that is just the truth about it. Enough of them, they don't know anything. Because the churches are not preaching. They are not teaching these things. They are not teaching these things. They say love. They don't teach you how to love. They only tell you, don't do this, don't do that. They don't tell you, why aren't you supposed to do it? Why aren't you supposed to do that? It's like you have a child and you're just laying down the rules. But you're not telling the child, if you step over there, so that is going to happen to you. They just tell them, don't go over there. Tell them, going over there, what are the consequences? And I believe that is why a lot of persons are struggling with their walk with Christ. Because as you mention certain things, you sin. And as you mention certain things, nobody want to hear. They say, you hear what you have on your mind? That they must say. And it's another reason too for a lot of the marriages falling apart because of a lack of knowledge. Because no wisdom, no understanding, enough knowledge is not there. And that is the reason on a Thursday, if it no matter, as long as I know me alone, I am willing to meet over here and I am willing to just let us chat and discuss real life situation, real life struggles, real life topics, real life issues. And that is the mode for this platform on a Thursday. And when I see you guys come on, it shows that you are willing, you want to learn, and you're interested to know more about these type of things. Because none of us can know everything. None of us can know everything. We all need somebody to teach us something at times. All right? All right, Camille. So, people, look here. I love you guys. I appreciate every single one of you. Come, a lot of you have not pressed the like button as yet. You need to like up the live. And even after the recording, share it with somebody. After the live is through, you just go on and share it with somebody. Make your spouse listen. Share it with a friend. Share it with a church sister or a church brother. You never know, but I always tell you, by sharing, you may just be blessing somebody. You may just be helping somebody from going down the wrong path. You may just be saving a marriage. You may just be saving, a breakup. So that's why I always tell you to share. I appreciate you guys. I love everyone. Oh no, I love you. I appreciate you. Continue to support the ministry. Remember, we meet tomorrow on TikTok, 10:30. Continue to support the ministry. Continue to support the channel. And let us just continue to support so that the ministry can spread to some countries that persons are not privileged to go out and just worship God. Guys, it's raining. It's raining. Be safe. Be safe. For those of you that are at work, nobody go try cross, not everybody a water. You don't have to prove that you're a hero. You don't even have to prove that your God is miraculous. No try cross, no big body of water. Don't cross it. Remember that God gives us wisdom and He gives us knowledge, and we should use, don't lean to your own understanding. We should use our wisdom. So if you see one big body of water there right there, so I know, not because we are Christians and we are serving God and we know that our God saves and our God can protect and our God is miraculous. He's a miracle working God. Nobody go try cross no sea. Don't worry, try cross no big body of water. Guys, be safe. God bless you. Me love you. I appreciate that you took the time out to come over and to reason. Next week, Thursday, same place, same time, where we will chat and discuss another topic. I wonder what the topic will be. You can inbox me some topic. Give me your suggestions and I will definitely choose every one of them. So if I get 5 suggestions, I will go with the first one until we discuss all 5 of them. Week after week after week. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Take care, everybody, until we meet tomorrow on TikTok, where we celebrate Jesus. So take care until we meet again. This is it for this week, and let's chat. Shalom, everybody.